Hello and welcome to Small Town Big Business, a podcast about doing big business in small town middle America. I'm your host, Allison Hassler with Southern Illinois Vacation Rentals.
And I'm Russell Williams. I'm director of EThOs at the Citadel. We're a small business incubator, co-working spaces, training and development here in downtown Marion. Welcome to the Citadel building, 1914 historical building here on Tower Square Plaza. Hey, we want to thank the businesses that sponsor Small Town Big Business and make this podcast possible. Thank you to Arcadia Wealth Group, Black Diamond Harley Davidson and RV, Fowler Heating and Cooling, the Watermark Auto Group Foundation, Swinford Media Group, and also Union Street Arts.
And you can join the Small Town Big Business community wherever you listen to podcasts. Today, our guest is Alisha Carruthers of Taste of Balance. And Alisha, thank you so much for joining us today. I am so excited to hear your origin story and how you have become, I feel like, an internet sensation overnight with your business, and I absolutely love it. So I want to hear about your business.
I just want to know if you brought food. Did you bring food today?
I actually have food at home that I made this morning that I'm dropping off at Good Life after.
Okay, good.
So.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love your business. Tell us.
Thank you.
Yep.
Tell us about you.
Well, I'm very passionate, obviously, about nutrition, eating healthy, exercise, all that stuff. It's very important. Our bodies were designed to eat a certain way, and I love educating people and teaching people how to eat properly, how to read labels, how to shop, how to save money, all the things. So
That's great.
Thank
so how long has Taste of Balance been in business?
So last October is when I decided to go for it. I just kind of put some feelers out there on the internet. I had previously got my master's in public health, and COVID and everything was going on, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, and nothing was coming at me that I wanted to do. And eating healthy and exercise has always been it. So my husband just kind of pushed me to just see what happens. Make some meals, put it out there, see if you get any hits on it. And so I just kind of posted on my personal Facebook, and it just took off.
Yeah.
It surprised me. It just kind of took off, and then January is when I became an established LLC.
Yeah.
So
tell us about the business. What is Taste of Balance?
Taste of Balance, I like to tell people, is an experience. It's different, it's unique, it's a purple cow in a sense. I try to be really creative with my meals. The carrot hot dog.
Yes. The carrot hot dog with mustard and relish.
Yes.
Although I didn't try the mustard and relish.
You didn't.
I'll just have to tell the truth.
I'll get you there. It'll happen. Trying things that you would never think would go together and actually taste good, and learning to eat food in its natural form instead of with all the additives and the chemicals, the added sugars, and just processed food, but just learning to really enjoy food as it is and being creative with that. Like, to me, food is art. I try to be creative with my presentation and the containers. As people come and pick them up, and that's one thing I've really gotten complimented on is food presentation.
Yeah.
So
it's pre-prepared meals that someone could order from you. Mm-hmm. There's one day of the week, a deadline to do that. They can do it before the deadline, of course, many days.
Yeah.
And then they can order as much as they want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything's packaged together. Mm-hmm.
You just have to warm it up or at home or whatever. But.
And I think some people feel like, well, there's not enough food there. I can tell you right now that the hot dog, the carrot hot dog, was probably like 2.5. I didn't weigh it, but it was like 3 pounds.
It was a whole sweet potato.
Oh my gosh! Plus pasta on the side. So, and the cheese was wonderful, both on the veggie pizza and the pasta.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah. In the beginning, I think one of the hurdles I had to overcome was the price. Like, people were like, "Oh, that's expensive," and you hear people say that with just about anything. Mm-hmm. But once people started trying it, then they realized, oh, well, they're paying for good quality, real food ingredients. Processed foods and things like that are cheaper because it's cheaper quality. So And then they realized like a lot of my people, a lot of my customers are women, and they get 2 meals out of it.
Right.
But I've even had guys order, and they're like, wow, like that surprised me.
Right.
You know, like that was really filling. And that's what I try to tell people. When you eat real food, it is filling. When you fill yourself with empty calories, processed food, you're starving again, like in an hour, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes a difference.
Well, since you mentioned pricing, we're not talking about $20 meals
No.
here. I think that your sides and your desserts and the special things that you do is probably $4 or $5 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's your range? Probably $8 to $13, somewhere
About $10 to $13
for an entree.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about how you got started on this journey.
Oh boy. Here comes the waterworks. Actually, the name Taste of Balance, when I had first started this in October, I was praying about it and asking God to just kind of show me, like, is this what you are calling me to do? And I actually was going through the car wash in Marion, and I was praying, like, what do you want me to call it? What is this going to look like? And stuff like that. And believe it or not, Taste of Balance came to me. Mm-hmm. Just sitting there washing my car. And I was like, I just sat there and I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. Yeah. And so I ran with that. So in 2006, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus and kidney disease. And it was really bad. I was pretty much on my deathbed and didn't know it. My daughter at the time was about 6 months old. Shortly after, I became a single mom. So I had so much going on in my life. It was not a good season. But along that journey, God moved me out here. And I went to John A. And was pursuing nursing. I was actually in the nursing program. And I was also going through my own medical stuff with lupus and just trying to get better because I knew I was all my daughter had. And in the nursing program, there was a lot of stuff I saw that I didn't like. And I know not all nurses and doctors are the same, but in that time, what I saw was just, it wasn't good. I didn't like the way I saw patients treated and things like that. Myself, the doctors I was seeing weren't listening to me. I was trying to tell them, like, I was researching at the time, like, just different things, how to get better, because lupus it's an autoimmune, so that means there's so much inflammation going on in my body. And the research I was doing at the time, there's certain foods that suppress that. So I was looking at my diet at, okay, well, what can I cut out and what can I put in that's going to make me feel better? And the doctors I had at the time, the nursing program, like, nobody was listening to me. So I started keeping a food diary, a journal, and paying attention to my symptoms. I remember going through a Wendy's drive-thru one time, and they had, like, these pretzel bites. And I was like, oh, I want that, you know, at the time not knowing. And I ate them, and immediately, with lupus, you get the butterfly rash. Immediately, I flared. And I knew, I was like, oh my gosh, this is related. And so then I started searching for doctors that would hear me and help me. You know, one that, yes, believes in the medical side, but also the nutrition side. And then I met somebody, a friend of mine that was in the nursing program, his girlfriend, we actually went to a wedding. All of us, a friend of ours was getting married. And she was in the nutrition program at SIU. And I didn't know anything about this. Like, I didn't know you could go to school for, you know, and all this. And so I had started praying about that, and I applied, and I got in. So I left the nursing program, and I just pursued nutrition. And I research all the time and I graduated with my bachelor's in nutrition at SIU in 2015. And then I kind of took some time off from there and just kind of worked for a while. I was a personal trainer at the Hub for a while, and just really focused on that side of stuff. And then pursued my master's in public health because I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do, but I wanted to have that extra step completed in case, you know. And so, yeah,
So is your
Here I
business nutritional education with food being a product, or is it the other way around? Is it food first and then what comes with it is education?
Yeah, food
Okay.
first,
Yeah.
and then education. I try, like on my social media platform, I try to post tips, just a wide range of things: shopping tips, food tips, easy recipes. My goal is to teach people 5 ingredients or less. You know, make your own salad dressings, make your own spices, things like that. That really go a long way in your health.
Yeah.
So.
So now that you have done this for quite a while, as far as helping treat yourself,
Yes.
Along with the doctor's care, have you noticed a significant reduction in your inflammation? And
Yeah.
yeah,
I am so blessed. Like, I'm doing so well. A lot of people in my situation have had kidney transplants, and I mean, I was stage 4 kidney disease. My kidneys are stage 1 normal.
wow.
So yeah,
Congratulations.
Diet and God make a huge difference.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
So we both follow you on Facebook,
yes,
Instagram. I'm not a TikTok guy, but you TikTok.
I'm learning.
You're learning.
I'm trying. Let's
Yeah.
just say that I'm trying.
Well, that's been very much part of your business.
Yes.
I mean, you have a lot of followers, which they would find you Taste of Balance on Facebook, right?
Yes.
And so a lot of it's just very inspirational. It's teaching, it's education, it's highlighting food, but it's your personality, right? So
Yeah.
where do you get that? I mean, did that? Is it just you? Is that what you're wanting people to see, or did you learn, hey, I need to let people know that this is really my passion? And
Honestly, it just comes naturally through me. It's who I am. I'm not, a lot of people struggle, I think, with like being vulnerable and stuff. I don't feel like I struggle in that. I have a huge heart for people, and I put myself out there, and my customers have become my friends. You know, like when they come over, we talk, I hear about their day. If they had a bad day at work, you know, I've had one customer will sit down on my patio set, and sometimes I'll bring her out a treat, or so we just hang out, and she tells me about her day that she just had at work. You know, one girl I've prayed over. She was really struggling with something. You know, it's really neat how I just be myself. I just try to be a light to people. You know, and I feel like it just comes naturally with. Yeah.
well, and you also share a lot of what other businesses are posting, what
Yeah.
you're involved in, or what you know
Yeah.
about. Why that?
I am huge on community, in church, outside of church, being the church. I'm huge on it. I love supporting other people, whether even if it's ice cream or something that I wouldn't, you know, like I love that. I love our community. I love the people. I love all the small business owners I've met and become friends with. And we have just such a strong sense of community here, and just lifting people up. It's great. No matter what you do, no matter if you agree with it or not, like just coming together as one. I love it.
Yeah.
So, as you've started this business, what challenges have you faced, and how have you overcome them, or
Still waiting.
Yeah, or still looking that.
We want some tears this time too. Okay?
Actually, I can't believe I haven't cried yet, but I'm trying real hard to hold it back.
You're doing great.
I'm not a person that gives up. I will kick and scream and cry, and I'll say I'm giving up, but I can't ever do it. And I've found myself in those moments a lot over this past year, because it's hard.
Yeah.
Being a small business owner is hard, and when you don't know anything, like I came at this blind.
Yeah.
And I'm just learning as I go. Like, I just post stuff, and I'm trying to learn the different platforms. I ask people questions. EThOs has been huge in my growth. And just having that support team, people I can text and lean on. But you just keep going. Like, I actually was reflecting on that recently. Like, I'm where I'm at, part of the reason, because I just kept going. I didn't let the discouragement and the setbacks keep me down.
Right.
It was like, tomorrow's a new day, and I'll tackle whatever, And you have weeks like that. Like, some weeks it's like, I have all kinds of people coming at me like, can you speak here? Can you speak here? Can you do that? And then there might be a week or two where it's quiet. And you just have to learn to keep going through all of it and look at everything as a positive, not a negative.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of strengths, and two of them that I see. One is your faith.
Yes.
So I want you to talk about that. But the second one is also that I see is that you're always wanting to learn. You mentioned coming to EThOs, Small Business Incubator. You come to all of our workshops, all of our master classes.
Yep.
I can just count on you.
I'm addicted.
I can just count on you now. You climb those steps more than anybody else.
Thank you.
That doesn't work here. And,
Maybe I should get paid, Russ.
there you go. And so, but what other strengths do you have? And you can speak about those strengths too.
As far as strengths, no, I just I'm just myself. I don't try to, I guess that's a strength. I don't try to be like anybody else. I just try to be me. Try to be as real as possible, because I just think that's so needed. I see too much of people stressing themselves out, and I did that in the beginning because I didn't know the algorithm and what's trending and looking like this and posting like this, and I just stopped doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to be me. I want people to see me, and hear me. And I feel like that's a strength in today's world.
Yeah.
Because there's so much pressure to keep up with the Joneses. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I don't want to be that kind of person. It's stressful and high anxiety, and I just take it as it comes.
Yeah. That's a lot of energy that can be spent elsewhere.
Yes, I agree. And I've learned that the hard way.
You do play well with others.
I do.
And, and so there's been
Sometimes.
a lot over the last year, there's been a lot of people that have come in and out that have, you've helped their business, and they've helped your business. Can you name some of those folks for us?
618 Candle Company, Brainstorm Boutique, Erica Lopez, Caffeine Until Cocktails. I've had a lot of support and sharing their stuff, and EThOs. There's just so many. Union Street.
Yeah.
Just all of them. Like I have everybody on, so I'm always promoting and sharing and putting it out there. So
Can you walk us through, and I know that it's probably different every day, because that's what an entrepreneur, that's the motto, it's different every day.
You never know.
But can you walk through a regular day of, your meal preparing and, just kind of walk us through a day in your life?
So I'll kind of tell you like my week. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So we actually attend church on Fridays now. We realized that what we were doing was crazy. We were going to church Sunday morning and not getting back till, because we also serve on prayer team, get back till maybe 1, 2 o'clock before we were starting meals, and then being up till like 1 in the morning. And then turning around, being up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then doing pickup all day till 8 p.m. So that had to go. So now we go to church on Friday night, Saturday we have the day to ourselves now, which is great to have a day where you don't have to think about work, and I can go out and do all the fun things, the pumpkin patches now, and support other people's businesses. And then Sunday is we get up early, and we cook till it's finished. It's a lot better now, so we're probably done depending on when we start. If we start by like 7 a.m., then we're done by maybe 5 p.m. So we still get a little bit of the evening. But we literally are in the kitchen all day. And then I get up early Monday morning, and I try to start bagging up people, because 9 a.m. is a busy time for me. Well, everybody picks 9 a.m. And so I try to start bagging up things ahead of time. And I print my labels, my food ingredient labels, stick them on the boxes also that morning. I'm also trying to do the media and take all the pictures and post things, and spend time with clients. I literally am giving out meals I start at 9 a.m. and it ends technically at 8 p.m., but usually I'm done by 7. And I'm literally on my feet that whole time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Working. And then the rest of the week is planning the menu, planning content, thinking, like I have a Make It Friday, so thinking about what am I going to plan to show them to cook.
Coming to EThOs masterminds and master
having all
classes
those
workshops.
Uploading my website, which takes a lot of time, and there's a lot behind the scenes that people, like, I don't just cook on Sunday and they pick up on Monday.
Right.
I am busy all week.
Now, you said we, and you're not talking about a team of 5 people that
I am
you
not,
employ.
I wish.
You're talking about your husband,
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
We mentioned his name, Michael.
Yes.
So what does he add?
He works full-time, so he does road construction full-time, and then he comes home, and whatever I need help with, as soon as he walks in the door, it's, what do you need help with?
Yeah.
He has been such an asset to me.
I've seen him at the grocery store on Saturday night.
He's my runner.
About 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will be in the kitchen, and I'm like, crap, I need like this.
Yeah.
And he's just out the door.
That's awesome.
So sometimes, one time he lost my debit card in a matter of 10 minutes being gone, and it was not a good night.
Did you get his permission to tell that story?
No, but it'll be okay. I'm still feeling something about that. But no, he has been my cheerleader. He's been the one to, being an entrepreneur, owning your own business, it's heavy emotionally. There's a lot weighing on you. And he has been just somebody I can really vent to.
Yeah.
And he sees all the sides. He says, he's like, I will never truly understand because, like, this is mine.
Yeah.
But he sees it, and he's just there for me to lean on and vent to, and he can see all my sides. And not judge me, and just be that comforting voice, like, tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow. And so that's been a huge help.
Michael's a good man.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Is there room for growth for you? Do you see the, a vision, just like you saw the vision for what it is now, do you see a vision for it in the future?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I just see this as just being huge. And I tell everybody it's not, and this is something I have to keep myself in check with too, that this isn't for me. I try to look at things as whatever I do, I'm furthering God's kingdom. So this has been more of a ministry than a business to me because of all the relationships I've built with my customers and just trying to be kind and being helpful and being a light and help guide them. I have people reaching out to me all the time, even in the grocery stores, like sending me, can I buy this? Should I do this? And I try to keep my focus on that.
Wow. I love that.
I don't think meal prep planning has been around that long. I may be off, but not in this area that I can see, and maybe not before social media marketing is huge. So how does it work in small town? Because I think of small town as being more traditional, but that's changing.
Yes.
And your business has grown from the small town changing. So talk about that. Talk about how it works here.
What I like about here is something I've noticed is it is a small town, but a lot of people don't have that small town mindset, if you know what I'm saying. People aren't afraid to step out the norm and try new things. And that is what I was kind of concerned about, because if you know Southern Illinois, then you think barbecue, you think fried chicken, or, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that was one of my concerns of starting Taste of Balance. Like, is this going to work around here? And it's amazing to see all the people that actually want to eat healthy. Yeah. But they struggle with the convenience of what I'm doing wasn't readily available, but drive-thrus are easily accessible. Yeah. And if you have a screaming child, or, whatever's going on, and you only have 30 minutes lunch break, Taste of Balance has been so helpful in that. I have so many teachers, doctors, nurse practitioner, people that truly are just so busy that when they get home, they don't want to cook. And so there is a huge need for it. So I do see this eventually blowing up. I think God has just taken this year to teach me all the backside, and is a blessing. I'm very impatient in that. I don't like to wait. I'm such a go-getter. I just get me to the finish line. That's just who I am. But I can see in this season of waiting all that I'm learning and growing, and I love to learn. I'm a fast learner. And how that's going to help me, because I've heard other people's stories of how they did this and it cost them, or they failed in this and they wish they wouldn't have did this. And so it's a blessing for me to be able to walk through this slower. Like you said, I remember the oak tree, slow and steady. And when you said that, I was just like, it was like nails on a chalkboard. I was like, no. But I see the fruit in that. I just need to learn to be more patient and trust that God knows what he's doing. He doesn't fail at anything he does. So if he has me waiting and growing me slow, then I need to trust that.
But I see that true for all entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
is that it's fast.
It is.
It's right. If there's a problem, I want to get it solved, and I want to move on. And sometimes problems were not meant to be solved. It was supposed to be a learning experience. It was much greater than what you thought it might be. But it's just, like you said, everything is day by day. Here's the problem of the day. How do I solve it before I go to bed that night? So I can go to bed that tonight, right? But I think that's true across the board for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I agree. So for those that are interested in trying your products and trying your meals, but and this is maybe I'm being really selfish when I ask this, because I don't live in town. So I live 7 miles out of town. I work out of my home office most days. So how would I logistically be able to participate and get a taste of balance?
So because of the situation I'm in, it's hard. But I have told people, like, if you have trouble with pickup, like EThOs, I offer to drop off meals here for anybody that wants to order, because that's convenient. If you know you're going to be here in an office all day working and you don't want to leave, then having someone bring you a good healthy meal, that's comforting and convenient. But even people in your situation, for a delivery fee, I would be willing to take those meals to you.
Wow.
So
okay. Because soon you're going to have people on my side of Marion, and then you're going to have people in Carbondale, and so you're going to have to hire another driver, it sounds like, pretty soon.
I'm going to have to do something.
So you have people with all sorts of dietary needs.
Yes.
So you have people probably that are, can't eat gluten, and you have people that are vegan.
Yes.
So how you are juggling a lot when you're cooking. Do you find it difficult to do that, or are you?
No, the only, not while cooking, keeping track of that actually isn't that hard. And I usually try to get those anybody with the specific dietary needs, get them out of the way first, to try to prevent mistakes. The only part that's tricky is pickup. Trying to make sure I give them the right meal. Sure. And there's been times where I have, messed up, but I always correct it. Nobody's ever been like upset or anything. But that's the tricky part, because I don't have anybody looking over my shoulder. So I have the rush and the lineup outside and trying to be efficient and get the meals out quickly, and also double check myself, making sure I'm giving that person their dairy-free meal instead of a regular one. So that's been the tricky part. Once I have somebody to kind of help me do that, then it'll be a lot easier. So,
yeah, that's really interesting. So while you have been building your business, has there been any tactical resources that you would say you couldn't live without?
EThOs. EThOs for sure. The community here, the classes, there's just so much. I feel like you guys have just handed me everything I needed, and I've just applied it. Yeah.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
And a good plug.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you've been here enough. I know what your weak spot is. Cheese dip.
Oh. I think that's everybody's sweet spot, if we're being honest.
If we're just served cheese dip every day, you're here.
Yeah.
So how have you, in addition to EThOs, how have you found support in being in a small town? And I think you've hit on this a little bit already.
Yeah. You know, it's really different. You know, I have friends that aren't entrepreneurs. And I've found along this journey that my friends that are entrepreneurs are the ones I reach out to when I truly need advice in this area. Because I've learned as much as my husband and other people try to be supportive, they just don't get it.
Yeah.
And that's not a shot at them. You have to be in it to get it, you know?
Yeah.
And I've learned that when I reach out to people that are doing similar to what I'm doing, running their own business, they just say the right things. Mm-hmm. They just know what to say. And I just feel 10 times better after talking to them. They just know what you're going through and what you're feeling. They've been there and how to pick you up out of that.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, my husband can say some nice things, but he can't pick me out of that situation the way another entrepreneur could.
Yeah.
So having those people that I trust and have already walked this road to lead me and guide me and be there for me and support me and just cheer me on. Brittany has been amazing.
Brittany Bateman.
Yeah, she's my biggest cheerleader, advertiser, everything.
Yeah.
But she's been one of them that is just, she just knows what to say.
Good.
Yeah.
Any advice you'd give to somebody that just walks in the door here and says, I think I want to start a business. What do I need to know? Or
just come here every day. Yeah, just get plugged in. That's been the thing. Every time, you know, I see a class being offered, I just want to do it because, like I was telling Luke yesterday, like I gained something out of everything I've attended.
Yeah.
Even connections.
Yeah.
Every single thing I have done, even if it's something small, it has led to something bigger.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. Don't miss those opportunities. You know, don't miss that.
That's great.
So
how do we find you? Where do we go order? Where do we follow you?
So tasteofbalance.square.site right now, currently. When that may change, I know Brittany's looking into maybe Shopify and different things for the new website. But currently, tasteofbalance.square.site. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. If you find me on TikTok, just bear with me. I'm trying. But yeah.
Awesome.
And if we wanted to order from you, what is the best way to put in our order and when? Because I hear there's deadlines.
Yes. So Sunday evening is when I post, usually between 6 and 7. Normally it's about 6:30ish p.m. And that stays up until Wednesday 11 p.m. And then I shut it down to do my count. And then pickup is always that following Monday, where it's a week ahead. So if it's your first time, keep that in mind.
Well, Alisha Carruthers from Taste of Balance, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You're another one that we wanted on the show for a long time.
Yeah. It's been exciting to watch you grow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
More success to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to Small Town Big Business and supporting our podcast, because we really just want to support you, the entrepreneur, develop small businesses throughout the Midwest and small towns like Marion, Illinois. We want to thank those businesses that make Small Town Big Business possible. That includes thank you to Arcadia Wealth Group, Black Diamond Harley Davidson and RV, the Watermark Auto Group Foundation, Swinford Media Group, and Fowler Heating and Cooling. If you want to know more about EThOs at the Citadel, Small Business Incubator, Co-working Spaces, Training and Development, you can email me, russell@watermarkethos.org, or find us on Facebook at EThOs at the Citadel.
And again, don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Allison Hassler.
And I'm Russell Williams.
Thank you.